Hello guys, I'm Robson Ferreira and I'm creator of YouTube channel Hobby RF Professor. Don't forget let your like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. It's important for us. So I'm here today to share with you how VLAN works and how it works on PfSense. So let me reduce this screen here. And here we have one kind of the environment, okay, where I have one network called network B and another network called network A, okay. If you have a one real environment that you have the situation, you can use uh, first of all, you can use each of this network connected to a one physical interface. So imagine that you have two physical interfaces on in your PfSense. You have to connect this VLAN or this network B here and this network A here in another physical interface. You have to have two you have to have um, two physical interfaces on your PfSense. So normally you can't find this situation. You don't see the situation on day. So normally for the situation you will do this. Remove this connection, put one switch here that the switch is managed. So we have one connection with one physical interface in PfSense, and we have to connect computer from network A here, one port of the switch, and you have to connect PC A on another interface on switch. Each of that interface of the switch will belongs to one of that VLAN. So imagine you have two VLANs, VLAN 10 here and VLAN 20 here for letter B, okay? And each of this port is connected to one of them, that VLAN. So for the PfSense, you have one cable connected to one of interfaces on switch. So this connection will across VLAN 10 and will across VLAN 20, pass through this port. So we call this situation and we mark this port as trunk, okay. And if you have a port uh, marked with trunk, this port will pass all VLANs that you have, okay. And here on PfSense we will create two virtual interfaces, one of them marked with VLAN tag 20 or 10, and for one it's the same situation. You have two links, okay. The You can have two physical interface for one of these links and another one for another link, okay. But it's better way to use if you have one switch here and you connected this link 1 on port on switch and another link 2 in another port of the switch, and you connect one time or one cable from switch to firewall on interface 1. So uh, you have to choose what VLAN belongs link 1 and what VLANs belong link 2. So in port of the switch, you will mark what VLAN belongs this connection, and this connection between the firewall and switch will call the trunk, and we will create two virtual interfaces on interface 1, on physical interface 1, and that's how it works. Okay, so let me show you on Hyper-V. Okay, Hyper-V is better to make it works because Hyper-V works like a real environment, and you can use VLAN and trunk ports. So if you see with this command get VM network adapter VLAN, you can see physical interface. Okay, let me show you on Hyper-V. FW2, this is FW2 is a name of this firewall. If you clicking on configure, you can see let me remove this. You can see one interface called LAN and one other one interface called WAN. So if you see, no one of them using ID VLAN. No one of them using ID VLAN. Why that? Because you don't mark when you are using virtual interfaces with VLAN, you don't mark what is the VLAN this interface belong, because this interface is belong to all VLAN, so you have to create virtual interface. So if you check here, you can see that the interface LAN, okay, LAN belongs to VLAN 1 until 1494. And what is the mode of this interface works in the mode trunk. Why trunk? Trunk pass all VLANs from this interface. Okay, and let me access PfSense. Okay, I access PfSense here, and I click on interface assignments, and I will click in VLANs. So in VLANs, I will create one interface like this, and I will put what number of the VLAN tag. So if you imagine VLAN 30, and here I tell to the PfSense which interface I'm using for this situation that I'm configuring. So if you think in this scenario, I'm create VLAN 20 and VLAN 10. I'm using interface LAN. So I will choose my interface LAN, that is HN0, and I will put the number of the tag. I will invent here now 30 for not disconfiguring my PfSense here. So I will save here, and this is VLAN tag 30 and interface where it will works. So after this step, I will click in interface assignment, and here I will not use base number of the interface. Imagine here I have one interface. Let me remove here. Okay, I have VLAN 30, and I can create VLAN 30, and I add here. So I have another interface or virtual interface that is associated to VLAN 30, okay? And I never use the base or physical interface for anything. I let it free because uh, I have one tunnel that is called trunk that will across only traffic with tag VLAN 11, 20 or 30, okay? And I never use base interface or physical interface. So if I create the interface, I will show you LAN. LAN is VLAN 11. So I can use any IP address here that I want. And for that interface, I will use IP address 172.11.0.1, okay? And this will configure it at VLAN 11. So if you check the Hyper-V here, you can see that I mark VLAN here, okay? Because I told to Hyper-V that my interface is connected to all VLAN. And when my PfSense is communicating with the virtual switch on Hyper-V, he talk with switch here. The communication between is happen with VLAN tags. When package arrive here on switch and it's designated for VLAN 20, imagine when package arrive on port that traffic is out of the switch and forwarding to computer B, the package, the switch remove the tag and send the package without the tag to the computer. So for this computer belong to the VLAN that belongs the PfSense, I have to mark on Hyper-V. So imagine that I have this Windows 10. So I will click in configure and I have internet adapter. So I have to click here on VLAN or virtual interface and set what the interface or sorry, what the VLAN this interface belongs. For this computer I have to mark because this computer is a final computer where I don't talk VLAN. So this computer not works like the firewall, so they don't they can't understand what is the VLAN tag. So I have to mark here because where this computer is connected or where is this port has to belong VLAN 11. So connect here on my computer. Let me bring to here. Okay, I will put password and we'll see that how it works, because you can see that let me check if the PfSense has DHCP server enabled. Yes, it's enabled on network on interface LAN where VLAN is 11 and my network have the DHCP enabled with this IP address range. So probably when my Windows started, it will get the address from this DHCP server. So if I type IP config, I will see IP address that it gets from PfSense firewall. So if I type if config IP config slash all, I will see who is giving information for this computer. 172.11.01. It's my firewall. It's my PfSense. So let me check another thing. I have VLAN 20, and VLAN 20 is not enable DHCP. I will enable here, and I save here. Okay, okay, it's enabled, and I will just change configuration and VLAN here. I will change VLAN to 20, and now probably my computer will get address that belong network 20. So if config slash all, and I have to disconnect this, or I have to running this with administrator right. So here if config IP config barra slash release, and after that if IP config renew, and I will get the address from firewall, but it's network 20. So you can see that I have one physical interface, but I have two virtual interfaces that I'm using for distributed different networks IP address. So you can use for this same situation for one. Okay, you can use that. It's not necessary in the scenario, but you can use that. Let me try show something here. um, Let me try connect here one one um, one real switch. Okay, I will show you one real switch. Okay, here I have one real switch where I have this situation. So the switch is one switch of Dell. So I have VLAN here. If I click VLAN membership, I can see any types of the VLAN. Okay, and each of these VLANs belong to different things. So I have one interface connected, one PfSense in part of the switch, and this interface will tagged with trunk. Let me show you. See here where I have interface tagged with trunk, probably, or the communication is between another switch to carry package with tag, or the communication is between the switch and firewall. Okay, and I can see here for any networks that I have. I can see trunk interfaces for communication between the suites, and when the package is sent to a final device like a personal computer, you see letter U that is not that is untagged or uh, belongs to VLAN 1 but not tagged, like this. I can see here on VLAN 20, and I have uh, port 18 that belongs VLAN 20 but not tagged. It's easy to understand. When you have a final object, you just have, okay, this port belongs to VLAN 20 or VLAN 30, but not tagged because the final object not can have a conversation with tag. But when you have a device that can understand tag, you have to mark tag. Okay, I think is just this to explain how VLAN works with PfSense. I hope you liked this video and let your comment, and don't forget your let your like, and I hope you like this. It's better that I can do now, but I try get better for the next video. Thank you and bye bye.